Hi guys, hi Six Shooter, this is Mark from the RCalsace 68 in France. Today we're gonna talk about the ARRMA OUTCAST 16S. What did it do? What has it done? For me it's normal. Here we have 8S and on the other side it's also 8S. That means 8S equal 60S or not. Why do we do that? Because I want to drive wild and also for have small amp draw. I put here only 500 kV. I not go too big on the gearings like many people do with the 800 kV and 8S. They do motor pinion same size as main gear, and then they don't understand why tire exploded, why ESC popped up. Especially with the Castle 1100 kV, you cannot drive the Castle 1100 kV with the same setup as the 800 kV. That's absolutely normal that your ESC popped off. We do it. I have done in ARRMA OUTCAST 8S with the Castle 1100 kV. I have the big main gear, the stock main gear, and only 25 tooth pinion. And with this setup, it drives 75 km/h without turbo timing. If I put the turbo timing in, I can reach over 80, or in the air have enough fast growing RPM to make the tire balloon to easy backflip, and still have a nice run time without cook the lipo out. But don't know if you see it on my channel, when you drive this car on a track and really go like a 1/5 scale car, two-stroke, or an MCD or a 5 buggy in 12S, you can reach the same speed with 8S, but you kill your lipo, and you need two big Gensace 11,000 lipos to run 20 minutes. In the end of the track, all is warm in the truck. The battery are warm, the motor is hot, ESC is hot, and this is not something I like. And you still miss a little bit power in the air to make it nice jump or landing. So I have make several tests with several different motor and 8S. 82, 92, 102 and 113. So my favorite test for the moment was the 530 kV in 12S with the main gear, the normal stock main gear, no, the small main gear, sorry, but only 27 tooth. It was nice. 75 km/h with 5000 mAh battery. I drive no, with the 6000 mAh battery I go there 20 minutes in runtime condition, on track condition, sorry, I mean, with a cool straight line, with a nice speed up. This was nice, but I miss a little bit something for the jumps, so I decided to go in 60S. For the 12S we try the ZTV Beast Pro ESC, but it's big ESC. It's nice because you have in the BEC in there. It's easy to adjust like a hobby ring. I really love this ZTV Beast Pro. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I'm really happy with, but the ESC I love the most, and I use the most in my 1/5 scale setup. I use the Airsnake 4 to 22S 200M ESC. This is my favorite ESC. It's small, it's lightweight. I miss something to really fix it correctly on the car. Something new is coming, guys. We wait for it. You're gonna see Rafa Mamba from Airsnakes will bring you something, I guess, just that I'm gonna sold all over. I have to just only buy this ESC and put it everywhere in my big scale cars. So, but we have to wait for it. Okay, 530 kV Leopard motor. This nice ESC has no BEC. You can have with BEC, but only 6 volt until now. So I use a 2S battery directly at the receiver. That's something we used to do at 1/5 scale. And I'm gonna put 4 4S 5000 mAh Genesis battery. So this way the car is lighter in 60S as it will be in 4S 11,000, and we should get the same runtime. The difference between the 8 and the 60S setup is the amp draw. When you drive 8S with 80 or 90 km an hour top speed in such a heavy car, 40 to 50 kilograms, means 30 pounds, you need up to 300 amp. But if you drive 500 kV, you need just the half or less than the half. And that's the point where it's nice to drive. So I make my wiring. Don't forget anytime to use, this is the connector I prefer, XT150 anti-spark. So I put the anti-spark at the positive wire, so I just pull all my LiPo in there, and as last I put this together so I have no spark, and it's also easy to connect and disconnect if everything happens. The best, if you have only 1/5 scale or just use only the same battery in the same truck, is to put such wire also directly at the LiPo. But I drive EC5 or AC5 connectors on all my cars because I have 110, 1.8, 1.6, 1.7, 1/5 scale, and I don't want to have one pair of battery for that car, one pair of battery for that car, or 3 or 5 batteries for the big scale and for the small scale. I like to drive my battery everywhere. That's why I make this. But if you not in my case, if you want to have dedicated battery for your big scales, really I just can tell you, drive XT150 anti-spark connectors. If I will stop 1/8 scale, maybe I'm gonna put this connector everywhere and also say at my batteries and only drive that. The other thing nice is when you drive 8S in such heavy cars, you will see these connectors will be enough, but the wiring is gonna be sometimes hot when you are hard on the throttle, and in 12 or 60S you not will have any issue with heat at battery connectors or it's I lose myself at the damn, I forget the word, I just spoke it out 20 times in the same video and now forget it. ESC, sorry guys. As you see also, I still have no fan on the motor. In 8S it was absolutely necessary to have the fan on it. In 12S I drive without and had no issue. But it was nice outside, we have 50 degrees outside. It's clearly. Now the summer is coming, we need a fan, but this is the first one in 60S, we're gonna drive it easy because of the tires. In 12S I see my tires were just at the limit from what they can take, so I want to drive it on 60S to see where's the limit, what's gonna happen. I like it because they balloon, and for make stunts ballooning is really the best you can have. But if they not hold on, I will use the Proline HP because of the weight. All others are way too high in weight. Jetco and all that stuff is way too heavy. I really don't like it, and also way too hard. Even that one, because it's not ballooning. For example, on my X-Max with the Hobbywing 1100 kV motor, gear it 60 on 35 mod 1.5 gearing, I was able with stock tire at the stock ramps to do double backflips. With that one I was just able to put one, but it's really hard to put that one backflip in there with the tires. So, because they come unglued at the third or fourth driving, I reglue it on it, and I put 2 holes, because when you get these tires, there are no hole in the rim, no hole in the tire. That means the air in there is catched in there. It's a problem because when it's cold, the tire is that way under pressure, and when the sun shines on it and the ground is high in temp, you begin to have handball, and this is really not nice to drive. It's bumpy, it's strange. Also, we have a big wheel and no how to say, high sidewalls. I really prefer on monster trucks to have high sidewalls to really catch up at the shocks and the terrain. So I hope with this little hole, if the rubber is not so stiff as the MX 48 from Proline or the Proline trenches, I hope to get in 60 especially a little bit of ballooning, not too much, just enough to can easy flip the truck and the stock ramps. It's clear if you use a high ramp or if you go on a big pile of dirt and fly high enough, it's not a problem to make the turnover, but on the stock ramps or on the tracks it's difficult. So I also have put the RPM arms at the rear end because I brake left, I brake right, I brake left, I brake right, and that's boring. I put the GPM steering. If you buy one, don't forget to untighten a little bit this main screw because it's a little bit too hard, and a standard servo from Spectrum or the GX servo will gonna have an issue. I broke my tooth from the servo, so that's not nice. Now with this steering I'm able to better turn, because this is really the weak point from the truck, the steering. This is the baddest steering I ever see at a big scale car. That's weird. The steering is even better than the Super Rock and Super Baja Ray V1 version steering, and I really don't understand that. I really hope that next year, next generation from this 1/5 scale ARRMAs will come with Losi DB XL2 steering. And don't talk about we have not enough room, because it's not a problem to put the motor higher here in the center. The motor can be hooked here. The truck is so high, it's not gonna change many things at his way he handle, and even there just can put stiffer sway bars in there. So I think there's really a solution to make a better steering for these cars. So for those who are following the channel, you know the ARRMA 1/5 scale and I are not the best buddies, but he looks so nice. I really love this truck, especially with the red body on it. For driving I use my unbreakable, but when it's cleaned up at home in my collection room, yes, this is just my workshop. This is not my collection room. I have the red body on it, and it's a really a nice truck to look at it. If only it could be so nice to drive as to look at it, that would be awesome. So tell me, what have you changed on your truck? What have you done for better steering? What have you tried for for tires and rims? What have you changed at the suspension setups? What option do you think it's absolutely necessary? And if you have tested a weak option, really just this is really important to tell us. Don't buy that shit and tell us what to not buy for a truck. I would be happy about it. Guys, have a nice day. See you soon.